Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Controller Freaks. I just wanted to come on here and make this week's episode about what I would do if I had control of Brawl Stars. This is a kind of style of video that I've seen before with different topics of, if I was in control, if I had ultimate control to influence such and such, whether it's a sport, whether it's development of a video game, whether it's a country. Everyone has opinions on things, and so I want to give my opinions on Brawl Stars. First, I want to focus on the things that I would continue doing basically as they are. I would continue doing the Brawl Pass every month, and I think it is fairly priced. I would keep the same price for the basic Brawl Pass as well as the Brawl Pass Plus. I think the only thing I would really maybe try and do is extend the Brawl Pass even further. They did extend it from 50 to 60 tiers. I say, why not push it back to 80 again? I mean, most people are able to complete the Brawl Pass in one day if they wait till the end of the season when all their quests have built up. So why not push it farther back? Similarly, I would keep the Pro Pass exactly as it is. I think the Pro Pass is priced fairly for how infrequently you have to buy a new one. I think that the way you progress through it is fair. It incentivizes players to prioritize playing ranked if they want those rewards. And I think the rewards that you get from it are fair. I like the ranked hypercharge skins that you upgrade throughout the Pro Pass. I like that as a concept. I want more of that, but it should be hard to obtain. And I think the Pro Pass is a very fair place for something like that to reside. I also like the way that the maps rotate. I like that every 24 hours the game modes rotate. Sometimes the game modes change, but at the very least, the maps change. I would keep that. I also like how there's a new brawler coming out every month. It keeps the game fresh. It keeps the game exciting. It keeps players coming back. At the end of the day, this is a mobile game, and so there is a limit to the amount of content that they can have, the quality of that content, the complexity, and so one way they can keep engagement high is by continually coming out with new and exciting characters to play. And then other little quality of life things that don't really need to be mentioned. The way the shop works, all that, the way that matchmaking. I'm not going to get into all the nitty gritty of that. But what I want to change now, I actually like that Brawl Stars have been going in a direction of providing ways to acquire these brand new brawlers through certain challenges or quests or events rather than just having to fork over $25 or wait for them to come out and use your credits. I like that they've been doing that. I would just expand on that idea and maybe drop the price of the new brawler, maybe like $5, depending on how expensive each offer is, whether it's $15 or 25 or whatever. I would just shave $5 off the price tag for it universally. I would also try and balance the currency disparity. You always hear people say, "Oh, I have so many coins but no power points. Oh, I have so many power points but no coins." I would work to incorporate more ways. They already kind of did this with buffies, but for the players that already have a maxed out account and are just hoarding tons upon tons of these resources, that there isn't enough to spend it on, and so I would honestly create a way. It would take a lot of coins and a lot of power points, but I would create some system kind of like the Buffy claw machine, but for skins. because on my main Brawl Stars account, I have nearly 200,000 coins. I have virtually nothing to do with it. The only things I can really do with those coins, other than buying new buffies when they come out, is buy the like silver and gold skins, and I don't want to do that. Those are ridiculously expensive, and if I do that, I'm gonna run out really quickly. And so the only things I can really do with them are buffies and upgrade the new brawlers when they come out. So as well, I would work to balance. I would be more proactive in balance changes to try and shake up the order of the balance of power more frequently. I would not just do slight changes to slightly nerf the top brawlers so they're like still at the top but just not quite as powerful compared to their peers. I would do things to say there are brawlers that are hard stuck at the bottom of the tier list competitively, time after time, and they're not being used, they're not being played. That's a brawler that we put a lot of time and effort and care into. I want people to enjoy playing them. And so I would introduce at times, as needed, more drastic balance changes to elevate the lower tier brawlers and bring down the higher tier brawlers, to constantly be shaking things up, encouraging people to try different brawlers at different times, kind of have a more well-rounded playstyle. At the end of the day, if I'm a developer for Brawl Stars, I'm looking at every single brawler kind of like the development team's collective children. The characters that they put their heart and soul into developing. And so we want them to get their proper use. We don't want any of them to be just cast out to the sideline. And maybe I'm speaking as someone whose main was kind of stuck at the bottom of most people's tier lists for the longest time until he finally got buffed. Speaking of Doug, by the way. But the final thing I would do is I would fix the maps. Some of these maps nowadays, they're just trying to do too much. We have trains running all throughout showdown maps. We have all these speed boost pads, slowdown pads, all this stuff, mine carts and gem. Well, actually, that's pretty cool. But I would listen to the community more and try and kind of make a return to the old classic style of maps, because I, for one, just I don't like some of these newer showdown maps in particular. And so I would make a serious effort to kind of fix that. But there's just a few things that I would change if I was in charge of Brawl Stars. I hope you've enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.